Okay guys, this is lesson 10.5, surface area of prisms and cylinders. So you're going to see two different things, rectangular prisms and triangular prisms, and then cylinders like a Coke can is a cylinder. So we're going to start with prisms. So the surface area of all of a shape is the area of all the faces of a space figure, they call it. So this is a prism. Now, to find the surface area, it would be, if I was doing this in real life, it would be like this cardboard box, this shoe box. I have to figure out how much cardboard I need. That is exactly what surface area is. It's not what goes in the box, it's just the box and what, how much cardboard you need to make it. So there's a couple different ways. There is a formula, but it's kind of confusing. So one way I like to do it is to figure out, okay, on this box there are three different sides. There is this side, and then there's the back, so that has a match, okay? And then there is this side, the green, and then there is the black. So, and then each of those has a matching side on the other side of it. So if I started with this blue, the blue side, I could draw it, and then I would see, okay, that is a rectangle, it's 8 by 5. So it's an 8 by 5. That has an area of 40. However, I need to times that by 2 because of this side back here that you can't see right now because of the shape, but I know that it has a front and it has a back. So I have to times it by 2, so both of those sides would equal 80. Okay, and then if I did the green, I think, okay, I have this green, that's my top, but I also have a bottom that's the exact same size. Now, if I want to find my dimensions of the green, I look and see, okay, what side, how long is this side right here? Well, that's 8, and then this long side is 20. So then I have 8 times 20, which is 160 for my top, and then I have to times that by 2 because I have a bottom also, so that's 320. And then I'm going to do the side. So I have the left side, and then I have this side, this other side that I can't see. So if I were to draw this out, this would be 20 on the bottom, so that's 20. And then on this side right here, that is a 5. So it's 20 by 5, which is 100, and then I times that by 2, and that equals 200. I add up all of these together. 80 plus 320 is 400, plus 200 is 600. So my surface area for this prism is 600 square inches, and that's how much cardboard I would have to order in order to make this box. Okay. So find the surface area of the triangular prism using a net. So a net is when, if I were to take this box, take this Toblerone box and cut it open, and you'd be able to see it. So if I were to draw a net, it would look like this. It would be 3 rectangles and then a triangle at each end. You kind of saw that on the previous video, where it's showing the shapes moving, and it's the same type of thing. If you were to picture folding this up, it would form a triangular little teepee type thing. So if I want to find the surface area of this, I know that this triangle right here, okay, this triangle, or rectangle, sorry, this is a rectangle, is 16 by 5. Okay, and the bottom one is 16 by 4, because see that one changes, and then the side one is 16 by 5. So I can find out all of those areas. I just do 16 times 5 is 80, so that's that one. 16 times 4 is 64, and then 16 times 5 is 80. And then I have to find my triangles. My triangle height is 3, and the base is 4. So the area of this triangle would be 1/2 the base times height, which is 1/2 3 times 4. 3 times 4 is 12. Half of 12 is 6. So each of my triangles is 6. And then I just add them all together. So I add 6 plus 6 plus 80 plus 80 plus 64. And I see that this has a surface area of 236 centimeters squared. 236 centimeters squared. We will be doing more practice problems, so don't, just get this in your notes and you'll be fine. Okay, now here's if you want to use the formula. The formula is here, if you write it down, surface area equals the lateral area plus twice the base, the area of the base. Now, to figure out the lateral area, you're going to want to write this down too. Figure out the lateral area, you do the perimeter, so I'm going to add up the perimeter times the height. Now, the height of a prism is like, if I were to go back to the Toblerone box, it would be 16. Or if I go back to my shoe box, it's 20. The height is if you stood it up on its base, it would be how tall it is. So if you look at this, here's the height. And then the perimeter, I'm just going to add up A plus B plus C plus D. So I have to add up the perimeter of the base and then times it by the height. That would get me my lateral area. And then I'm going to add twice the area of the base. So if the area of the base is a 5 by 8 like it was before, that'd be 40. I have to add twice because it would be the top and the bottom. So that's why you have to add it twice. Okay, so surface area of a prism. So let's try it with the formulas. So here's the formulas again. I highlighted them in green. Okay, so find the surface area of this prism. So first I need to find the lateral area. Now, the lateral area of the prism is the product of the perimeter and the base of the height. So my height is 14. So I know that. So P times H. So I know H is 14. Okay, and then because if you look at this, you want to say the height is 6. However, that is the base. This is the base. They just took this and turned it on its side. So that's kind of tricky. But this is the base. Because look, if you look, the base has the two sides, the 6 times 4. So it's kind of confusing. So the lateral area is the perimeter. So if I add up my perimeter, it's the perimeter of the base. It would be 6 plus 4. So my perimeter is 6 plus 4 plus 6 plus 4. And then I'm going to times that by my height. So my perimeter of my base is 20 times 14. 20 times 14 is 280. And then I'm going to add twice the area of the base. Well, the base is 6 times 4, which is 24. And I have to times that by 2 because I have this base and the one on the back. So that would be 48. And then I add those two together and you get 328 centimeters squared. So that's using the formula. So you can do the formula or you can do where you do each separate rectangle. Doesn't matter. Okay, surface area of a cylinder. This one you pretty much use the formula every time. So here is the formula. Surface area equals 2 pi RH plus 2 pi r squared. Okay, so let's try this. I'm going to copy that, put it over on here so that I have this. Okay, so let's try it in your notes. The surface area is going to be 2 times pi. I don't have to do anything with those because I know I already have 2 and I have pi, times the radius, and the radius is 5, and the height is 20. So right there, all I'm putting in are these two numbers. It's pretty simple. Plus 2 pi, and then the radius squared. So the radius squared is going to be 5 times 5, which is 25. So I'm just going to put that in because I can do that pretty much off the top of my head. So now I take out my calculator, I do 2 times pi, and you can use 3.14 or you can use your pi button. It doesn't matter. Okay, so 2 times pi times 5 times 20, and that equals 628.3, plus 2 times pi times 25 is 157.1. Then I add those together, 157.1 plus 628.3, and you get a total of 785.4 centimeters squared. So that would be how much metal Coca-Cola has to order in order to make this can. Because I'm not asking for volume, I'm not asking how much Coke is in it, I'm just asking for the surface area, which is the actual metal of the can. So that's it for now.